Welcome back. It's Monday, May 11th, 2026, and I'm at Manuka Park in Jemison, Alabama for the first ride on my YZ300FX. This place has a lot of open trails as well as some tight single tracks, so it should be a good place to test out the 300FX. Also, this place is open on Monday, so that worked out well. If you missed my last video, I've just installed the Athena 304cc big bore kit with the Get Boost module on my 2025 Yamaha YZ250FX. The main reason I installed this kit was for the additional low-end power. This kit has recently become available with the Get Boost module that works with the stock ECU to provide the additional fuel needed. Not needing a new ECU and retaining the full functionality of the Yamaha GYTR app were big factors in my decision to buy and install this big bore kit. I'll include a link to my installation video in the description. Third and fourth gear acceleration on this. That's third gear. The third and fourth gear acceleration on this thing is just insane. It surpasses any expectations I had by far. That's one of the things I was hoping for, is to get more low-end grunt out of third and fourth gear, kind of reduce the number of shifts during races. Being able to stay in third gear more on single track, not having to shift down. I've only been riding it for 10 minutes, but so far it's a night and day difference. The best way I can describe this is that it feels just like a KTM 350 that handles like a Yamaha. Single track, just a single track. I don't think I've been on this one before. Through all this in third gear. If you ever shop on Amazon, please consider using my Amazon links in the video description. For this video, I made a list of Amazon items that I take with me to every race, and I've included that list with links in the video description and in the comments. If you use my links, it doesn't cost you extra, but I may earn a small commission on eligible purchases. Thank you for considering that. Here. blowing grunt that is. That was all in third. I'm just doing that to see what it'll do. Obviously, ideally I would have shifted down to second right there, but yeah, this thing just crawled up all that in third gear. See what the coolant temp is. Fans on, 188. I was watching the coolant temperature closely during this first ride to look for any signs that it's running too lean. Too lean could cause damage, especially during break-in. Based on my initial experience, the bike does need some fine-tuning even with the Get Boost module. After the initial start and warm-up, it had a very low and unsteady idle, and it would flame out occasionally when I chopped the throttle. I couldn't get the idle to increase by turning the idle screw, and turning it in too far caused a hanging idle and then some lean pop. And I should note that I started with the standard GYTR map with all zeros. So I talked to Justin at MX Works, and he recommended setting up a map with the throttle position starting at 0% and then add fuel at every position. After significant experimentation, I landed on putting +10, which is the max on fuel delivery at idle. This significantly improved the idle for the most part, but I still feel like it's a little lean at idle, and I still get a flame out occasionally. This is definitely not a performance map or a map I'd recommend. This is just what I'm using for the first ride to try to stay safe with fuel parameters. Based on my limited time with it so far, I think the Get Boost is delivering enough fuel in every area except idle. But don't put too much faith in my assessments at this point. My plan has always been to take it down at Justin at MX Works and have it dyno tuned, so I won't be guessing about it. I'm taking it down there next week and looking forward to seeing the data as a result. In the meantime, my coolant temps are staying in the usual range for single track on a warm day, so I'm happy with that. With that said, I am extremely happy with the performance and low end power gain, and I know there's a lot more to be gained from dyno tuning next week, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm also hoping to get to a solution that allows me to use the GYTR app as it's intended to fine-tune performance rather than band-aid idle settings. My overall assessment at this point is that this big bore kit is a bargain for the additional low-end power it delivers without the need to buy a custom ECU, especially when a custom ECU can cost almost as much as the big bore kit. So stay tuned as I work through the fine-tuning process on this 304 kit, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss my next video. Hit that like button, that really helps me out. And leave a comment for what questions you have about this or what you'd like to see next. Thanks for watching.